Let's try this again. On my right hand corner, weighing 995 pounds from Chicago, Illinois. Here he is, John the Master. No, here he is, John Shin, the animal. Woo! All right, everybody. My family, how are you doing? This is iiRcade Live number 60. Woo! Number 60. Wow, our numbers increasing very quickly. Oh, wow, we're already 60. Can't believe it. Uh, let's see. Sorry, been a it's been a crazy couple days to prepare for our session today. Can you let me know if I have audio? If my audio is okay? Um, yeah, I have a lot of things set up in this room right now in our layer. As you can see, my camera in the background as well. So we do have a lot to talk about today. Yeah, I hope, thank you so much, everybody. Thanks again for joining, everybody. So great to see you guys. I hope you guys had a lot of fun during our last session. I thought that was awesome, right? Retromania Wrestling, woo! Love the game, love the game. Mike is an amazing guy. Was so glad that he was here, and of course, Mr. P Dubs, woo! So glad that he was here. We're celebrating this together, and of course, most importantly, you guys were here. So I was very happy, and it was a lot of fun session. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining and having fun together with us. Uh, just as an FYI, after the session yesterday, I got a message from Stevie Richards. That was really cool. We had a couple of conversations back and forth, and that was a blast. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, my sincere apologies for the video quality. Where did my phone go? So I am also seeing myself on the phone, try to test that. I am seeing the blurriness. Um, so what's happening is, first of all, I don't know what's happening. I need to figure out. But seems to be the only view of me, right, that you're seeing right now is blurry. Everything else is so it's going to be fine. So it's strange because I on my Verizon MiFi, I am finally getting 5G connection. So supposedly 5G connection is better than 4G, but I do not know why my display is coming up fuzzy. I'm not sure if it's my computer that's doing that or not. But again, view of some of the other things that I'll be showing you came out much better when I tested it. So those will be better. So we'll see. We'll see. And I think what you really need to see is the other stuff, not me. So I'm hoping that it'll work out, but we'll see. If it doesn't, we'll try to fix something. So my sincere apologies for that. And great thing is, we're it looks like we may be getting our real internet connection pretty soon too. So I'm really hoping for that as well. From then on, hopefully, quote unquote, everything should be much better. So we'll see. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think as long as audio is good, I'm sort of happy. So thank you so much for that. Yes, again, Stevie Richards. We had a couple of conversations on messaging, so which is amazing. So I thank them for joining us and things like that. So that was exciting. But last Tuesday we had a lot of fun. Today it'll be a lot of information, right? Lots of information. Today is I hope it's not a boring session, but it's gonna be more informational session. So I hope it's not too boring. I'll try to make it as fun as possible. Um, But today, right, we're not. Today, there's no gameplay. Again, it's all going to be information. So, with that, let's dive right in. Let's dive right in. I do have a lot of information to give you today. So, here we go. Oops. Sorry. How do I switch? Okay. That's what I wanted to show you. This is the urgent family board meeting. Here we go. There's been a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on. So, yeah, I was actually very much looking forward to giving you all the information. And hopefully today, I think I have about 95% of all the information complete. Everything that you wanted to know. Not everything is good, as you know. Not everything is good. But there's some things that are not too bad as well, right? So with that, let's dive in. Okay. First of all, as we said, Retromania Wrestling, woo, that was awesome, right? I really enjoyed it. Now, cool thing is, if you go to Retromania Wrestling's homepage, you see our iiRcade logo. So now, right, I thought that was really, really cool. Again, on their homepage too, it's showing that Retromania Wrestling is coming to iiRcade, and I want to share that with you. All right, next slide. Our producer, Mr. Digby, had also created us a Retromania Wrestling video because he loves the game, and right, he wanted to join the party and have the fun together. So with that, let me show you a quick video of Retromania Wrestling made by Digby that we'll be posting up to YouTube, our YouTube channel, right afterwards. So with that, let me show you this to you real quickly, and let's have some fun. All right, ready, guys? Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Retromania Wrestling. Put your tights on, turn the mics on, clear the way because I'm about to drop a pipe bomb. It goes 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get it cracking in the hood. Let's go. Put your tights on, turn the mics on, clear the way because you're looking at an icon. It goes 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get it cracking in the hood. Let's go. I done wrestled with an alligator, tussled with a whale, handcuffed, lightning, thrown thunder in jail. Man, I injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. From arcades to arenas, I take my bumps. Innovator of violence, when I lay down chumps like I'm Tommy Dreamer, make fanatics out of non-believers. Now anybody can catch it just like a wide receiver. Crowd pleaser, ain't no icons left, and none that snack on danger and dying on death. Legion of doom, whenever you see me in the room. 20 officials, nah, you gon' need a platoon. See, I hand out L's like judges hand sentences, potential limitless, and the winner is...
This is iiRcade.
I thought that was pretty cool. Digby always does an amazing job in creating videos. So huge applause and thank you so much to Digby for creating this for us. Really appreciate it. If you're watching, thank you so much, Digby. In this video, there were several scenes that were not, they were sort of like exclusive shots. So in other words, not shown into the public before. I think many shots were also really cool as well. For example, Wrestling in Hell. Like, how the hell do we make that happen? Pun intended. But I thought that was cool. Again, we will be uploading this to our YouTube channel if you want to see it again later. Next slide. Um, I got some really cool presents from our family members, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for this, guys. Roy sent me a very nice card after our Game and Brew Night session, so thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. Gunther has also sent me these amazing trophies, and they really look amazing. I'm like, how the heck did you do that? He really has some amazing skills. I was very impressed, and all these are going onto my display shelf in my office, top shelf, because these were the best presents ever, and these mean a lot to me. So thank you so much for these guys. I really appreciate it. I will treasure these for the rest of my life. So thank you so much for that. Just again, just in case nobody took me seriously last week because I I was saying that this was our announcement. Thanks, guys. Bye. Our augmented reality contest is real. So we are giving away prizes. So real quickly, let me just go over this again. Right, utilizing the augmented reality application, which is iiRcade.me, iiRcade.me. Go there, then you can access the application. If you create your picture or video, and I've seen some amazing and very creative videos and pictures, and tag pound or hash myarcade and post it on Facebook. Anywhere is possible as long as you have this tag. Then we'll be giving away 2 prizes. And as you can see, there were a lot that were posted. There were some really amazing ones. They really surprised me too. So again, two hoodies will be given away, and go over these. Will be right. There'll be 2 different categories. First one is most creative. So we'll pick out the top 3 most creative videos or pictures, and this will not be done by me. It'll be done by our team, and then we'll do a vote live on our live session. By the way, I found out that November 27th is our Thanksgiving holiday weekend, so most likely everybody will be away. So we'll not be hosting a live session then. So the vote will most likely be the week after. I think it was December 4th or something like this on Friday. So we'll vote for the best, and we'll give away the most creative prize. And the second will be again most number of shares, which we said basically shows the popularity of the content. So we'll also be announcing this on December 4th. And the prize again are 2 hoodies, but it's not just 2 hoodies. I'm talking hoodie 2.0. Woo! Hoodie 2.0. So we looked around and we found hoodies that were awesome, really amazing, with superior quality. And the winners from this contest will be the first ones to receive our hoodie 2.0. And again, they're very comfortable, they're very nice, and I think they're very fit for the quote unquote winter weather. So so I hope there are a lot of submissions, and let the best iiRcadian win. Woo! I really look forward to seeing your creations. So thank you so much for that. All right, next slide. These came, my friends. These are your first 100 backer auto signature, right? Stickers where I'll be signing and putting your backer number on there too. And then I'll be sending these to you directly, so that you can put them on wherever you want on our iiRcade device. Again, these are too good to be called stickers, actually. I don't know, plates. These plates, on the top, it does say these are official first 100 iiRcade devices made, ever made. So, make sure if you can put them on your iiRcade devices, then this also is the what's the best way to put it? These are like certifications that what you have is really the very first 100 device that was ever produced. So I'll be getting these done and sending them to you directly. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Thanks for that. I can come actually anytime between now and Christmas, hopefully. These are not to sign, so it's going to take a while, I think, but I'll try to get it done as soon as I can. So thank you so much for that. All right. Now the content starts. Before we start, there's a video there I want to show you. Yes, today's a video day. So with that, are you guys ready? This one's a lot of fun too. So let's get into it. If you're ready, I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Do you know what those are? Those are the Shipment 2.0, the next wave of shipments that are going to Busan port in Korea. So yes, it's happening. It's definitely happening, and this shipment has some say great contents, I should say. These are right now in our warehouses in Korea. Yeah, it's getting to be it's getting ready to be shipped out. So by the way, I'm just finding out right now, I don't know why, but Facebook somehow has blocked this broadcast. I just saw the message. So I do not know what's going on. But let's see. I'm trying to see how I can make it happen, and I just clicked on a button. So yeah, I don't know why it's not. Sorry, let me just leave a message real quickly. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I don't know why Facebook is not letting me join. I'm sorry, letting me broadcast right now. I think that's because we're a couple minutes late. I think that's what it's saying. But I just left a message. Let's see if our family members can join through YouTube. And later on afterwards, we'll also post the broadcast as well. So thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. Next slide. So here is where the informations begin. Let me share with you our first information. Our US port issues resolved. Whew! This was like one of my biggest headaches that we had because we've been hearing the news, right? There are 50% more of shipments coming in from other part of the world into ports in US. And of course, due to COVID, there right, less number of people working at the ports, and our team was working very, very diligently to solve this port issue. So we were right now, we were initially sort of expecting like 3 weeks to even a month delay before we can get our containers out of off our ship, go through customs and onto our trucks so that we can get them over to our warehouse so that we can get them to you. Our team worked extremely hard and diligently, and we finally solved that issue. So instead, what I'm hearing right now is that instead of 3 weeks to a month, it's going to take about 3 days to get it off our ship and out of the ports, which is a fantastic news. So I was very happy to hear that. Yeah, Jeff is like, oh, wrong message. iiRcade bribe the U.S. port authorities. That was John. We'll see whether we bribe them or they bribed us. But I was so glad to hear that. We have some really good people working on those. So that was one of the great news that we had, and we also have some chance for fulfilling our products by Christmas, and we have an opportunity to make that happen. So with this enablement of U.S. port, right, solving of this issue. Now, just to let you know, this is not, we were not going to be able to fulfill 100%, and I will get by Christmas, and I'll get to some information on what's going on. But now, great news is that we have an opportunity to fulfill at least some of the units for Christmas, and I'll get you all the information. And this is how we're going to make this happen. And we're taking 3-step methodology that is patented by John. Oh my God, this was very hard. So maybe we should patent it because we spent so much time and effort on this. So here we go. Step number 1. Part first strategy. So there are a lot of issues going on right now, also on Korea side as well. I'm talking about Busan port, lots of issues, and number of containers that we have. Now we were able to secure, and number of devices, or I should say, number of boxes that we can send is very limited. So we said, instead of sending stands, right? I mean, let's say we get a lot of stands, and let's say you get a stand. There's nothing really you can do with it, right? So we said, rather than that, it's better for us to get more bar tops, so that at least we can send you bar tops so that you can start playing the games while you wait for your stand. That's going to be better than going the other way. You get stand and waiting for bar top. So we said, we want to send bar tops first, and as many bar tops as possible, so that we can help to fulfill as many units as we can, so that you can have an iiRcade under your Christmas tree on Christmas Day. So that's step 1. Step 2, don't stop manufacturing. So there were, of course, during manufacturing stages, there were many issues that are happening, and many of them I already told you about. Actually, I think all of them I told you about already. So what we've been doing, as you know, is that we are building whatever we can, right? And when we're building it, we're building chunk at a time. So let's say we're building the original design only when we're doing original design only. And when we're building Black Edition, we're building Black Edition only. And when we're building Dragon Slayer, we're building Dragon Slayer only, so that we don't get mixed up. We actually ran into a couple of these issues already. So we're going to be practicing this much more, right? So now from each SKU perspective, we discussed some time ago that we received Sanwa joysticks late, right? And we're still receiving them. So the procurement on there is slow. Again, COVID has a lot to do with it, anywhere from getting them and sending them, etc., etc. There's a and then also sending them over to our facility. Also, there's the shipping issue right there as well, right? So this shipping issue is like driving us crazy right now, left and right. But procuring Senwa joystick has not been easy. So because of delay, the start of manufacturing of units with Senwa joysticks were delayed. Also, Dragon Slayer cabinet especially was very, very, very difficult to make. And the reason is the yellow color that we discussed about, right? The special yellow color that we wanted to make happen. We found out that there is really a very, very special yellow color that sort of does not exist from procuring that color perspective for our unit. So what we did is we made it ourselves and customized, right? We had to make it ourselves, and making that color was not easy. It was very, very hard, and because of that, it's very difficult to make. A lot of trial and errors, and then we had to get that approved. And in order to get that approved, and I'm the approver, so they had to send it over to US. And then if there's any issues, we had to send it back, and then they had to make it and send it again and so forth. And we did a couple rounds of that. And that took some time and things like that. So Dragon Slayer cabinet had to be the one that is being made the last due to that reason. At the same time, Dragon Slayer cabinet, I can tell you that best thing comes to those who wait, because I think you really like it. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So from manufacturing perspective, so we said, instead of waiting for the other SKUs to be ready, we said we're just going to continue making it, right? So we said, let's make the easiest one first, the original, which has no issues. We're going to make those first. So we made that. And then afterwards, we got some Sanwa joysticks, right? So we said, let's make Black Edition while Dragon Slayer approval happens. So Black Edition manufacturing happens. And then afterwards, when Dragon Slayer was ready, then said Dragon Slayer is going to happen. So we're manufacturing these in this order so that factory continuously manufactures something as we wait for readiness of the other SKUs. So that was the order. Step 3. We said we now made a decision to fulfill from LA. Now I think we have most, quote unquote, of data that we need, and we how many months was it? We tried very, very, very hard to find the best solution for shipping, and right at the end of the day, I mean, we searched everywhere, and at the end of the day, sort of came back to the drawing board, unfortunately. But we looked at many, many different solutions, anywhere from finding new, I say 3PL spoke warehouses, right? New warehouses to procure these from, and to utilizing like local transportation and things like that to try to find out some other ways. I can't remember at the moment, but we went through so many different things. And then at the end of the day, especially with the situation that's going on and us wanting to fulfill by Christmas, and then after discussing with you right last time and right seeing feedbacks from our Facebook page, from our family members and things, we said let's just make the decision on just fulfilling from LA. This is going to be the quickest, and from like savings perspective, this was so much more worth it in our opinion, because we'll be able to fulfill in a much better way. So let me give you some information. So this is an example. We were at the end, right at the very near end, we were looking at two warehouses, one in LA and one in Houston. So our near final solution, quote unquote, was to fulfill Midwest and East Coast from Houston, and fulfill West Coast from LA. And we're including both US and Canada. And then what we found out afterwards is that we cannot ship directly from Korea to Houston because due to the current shipping issue, quote unquote, that we're seeing right now, uh, this was going to be like a huge delay, a lot more delay than we expected. So, and there's basically no ship. There's no ship available, and of course, again, there's no container available. So, in order for us to be able to do it, we had to bring everything to LA, truck it over to Houston, and then from Houston we fulfill. But as you can see here, right, the fulfilling period was going to be like 17 days plus, right? And so that's going to be horrible. And the other thing is we're trying to reduce the amount of domestic transportation as much as possible. I'm talking like, for example, FedEx and things like that, and right because more than we can reduce from that this end, um, more I said less risk of damage that your iiRcades will have in taking damages, right? So we said the best way really is to ship it from LA. Again, especially this shipping situation is very scary at the moment. So we should take the least risky way as possible. So that's why we made the decision to fulfill from LA, uh, right, for everything. We also tried, FYI, tried very hard, in fact, to get a warehouse in Canada as well, so that right, we don't have to worry about crossing the border and things like that. And our number of orders from Canada was not big enough, unfortunately, for any of the warehouses to take on the task. So we couldn't find a warehouse in Canada. So now we were sort of forced to fulfill from United States. So, but I want to let you know that step 3, we are fulfilling from LA. Again, less risk to your product, number 1. Number 2, you get your packages faster. And then number 3, from cost perspective too, we think that this was much more beneficial. Not cheaper, but I think from overall picture perspective, this was better. Okay, so this is what we chose. Um, shipping prices, here we go. So these are the final shipping prices that I have received from fulfilling from LA. So if it's to California, and again, it depending on where you live, it can change, I think, right? But California, bar tab was around 25, 26. Stand was about 27. To New York, it was 48.8, and then for bar tab and stand was 49. And Canada, it was around 70. Again, I don't, from Canada prices, because we were right looking at warehouses in Canada and things. So we sort of started getting the information from our LA partner late. But also what we are learning is that in Canada, the system is different. So depending on what address you have, right, address of your home, even if you're in like same town, I heard that the shipping prices are different. So I don't understand it yet 100% on what that is about, but I'm told that it should be quote unquote around these prices that I got, and I'm supposed to get some more accurate prices soon. So Canada is not final yet, but these are like rough estimates that we got. Bar top around 70, stand around 70, and right, and then I also that there's also duty taxes that Canadian government charges on top of that, which I don't have too much information on at the moment, but this is what I'm hearing. So I just wanted to pass that information on. My sincere apologies. We really tried hard And at the end of the day, and on top of this, the shipping situation that we got into at the end that we didn't sort of expect, and we really wanted to fulfill, at least start fulfilling for Christmas as well. So at the end of the day, this was really the best option. So my sincere apologies. Try really hard to get it down even couple dollars more. Right? I'm like every dollar counts. Come on, guys, let's push it. But at the end of the day, this was as low as we can go. So we tried hard, and we'll try right now. Now, next phase of us trying hard, quote unquote, is going to be, and we are working on this right now, quote unquote, which is our target is to fulfill as many units as possible by Christmas. So that's our goal. That's our goal. So if you guys are okay, we will lock this down and then submit it to BackerKit, so that BackerKit will lock everything down so that we can get ready for fulfillment and then move forward. So thank you so much, everybody, for your understanding. I really appreciate it. And we will try very, very hard to make Christmas as much as possible. Now, with that, here's the information of current situation, right? Details. With details are good. So this is picture of Busan port right now, as of November 16th. As you can see, left picture, all these are containers. I'm hearing anywhere from like several tens of thousands to even hundreds of thousands numbers. It's crazy. I heard it's extremely crazy. And there are several other problems too, like for example, COVID is going around and workers are getting COVID and things like that. So this is like all over the news right now in Korea. I've done some searches and things like that, and my team in Korea have also sent me some links. They're in Korean, quote unquote, so I didn't put any links on here. But if you need, let me know. I can send it to you. But it's just crazy. And these are some of the issues too. So port issues, container availability is another huge problem, because now there were, it's not only Korea, but for example, there were the issue, right, between China and US. And when that happened, all the companies from China have booked ships in Korea so that they can go through Korea to send the products over to United States. And as a result of that, and they haven't canceled anything, they're still going through it. And as a result of that, the ships are all full, and there's no container available. So it's been a nightmare for us to procure these two. And container, we were able to secure some. This is one of the reasons why, and of course the ship procurement too. But this is one of the reasons why everything is sent from a spread out perspective. Because procuring these have been a nightmare. Yeah, ship availability is horrible, and I'll get to some information in a second. But ships are continuously getting delayed every single day. So just as an FYI, this presentation that I'm showing you right now, I've started preparing 2 days ago, so that I can give you all the latest and detailed information. And then I worked on it on Wednesday, and then Thursday I had to change everything because all the ships were delayed. So I updated everything. I'm like, okay, finally I think this ready. This morning last night I got more information that ships were again delayed. So I had to update everything. And I think this is happening. This is a supply versus demand issue, I think. And the other thing is, ships are really, really getting delayed, right? So for example, the ship that was supposed to depart on the 18th, it's still not departed yet. Now it's scheduled for 22nd. And you know the reason was the ship did not arrive in Korea on the 18th. So because shipment wasn't arrived, obviously they couldn't load everything. That takes a while, and then sail, right? So ships are getting delayed. And then on top of that, workers are again getting COVID-19. Like every single day, they're finding people, new people who are getting contracted to COVID-19. So that's another huge issue. And weather is not helping either. If you look at this picture that I'm showing you right now, the containers have fallen down, right? If you can see, picture's a little small. You know what happened? The weather was horrible, as I'm told, and this is all over the news too, by the way. And this is Busan, where our container is, and there were 60-mile-per-hour winds gushing through, and they were so strong that they knocked off these heavy containers. And this is a picture of it. That was very surprising to me. Now, I shouldn't say it's a good thing, but sort of from our perspective, relieving thing is that we don't believe any of those containers were ours. I heard that about 60, 70 containers were impacted in this knockover. And I heard that in those containers, there were cars in there. Not cards, cars. And so I bet many of those cars are broken, I'm sure. But iiRcades were not in there, we don't think. So anyways, these poor issues are there. Moving on to next slide. And by the way, this wind thing happened on November 18th. The day that our ship was supposed to sail, but our ship wasn't here. So another reason why we believe our iiRcade was not in there. So this is where the latest schedule is. The ship that was supposed to leave on the 18th is now postponed to November 22nd, again, because the ship did not arrive. I believe it arrived, what day is it today? 20. It arrived last night, I believe. And then, so now they're preparing to get everything loaded, and they're scheduled to to sail on November 22nd. And then November 25th ship that we had reserved is now postponed to November 26th, because again, the ships that were in front of them were getting postponed. I think these ships are also getting postponed as a result of that. November 27th ship that was reserved, that got pushed out to December 6th. And then the December 2nd ship that we had reserved got canceled. And this was the ship company that was canceling all these and postponing all these, right? So unfortunately, if ship company is doing this, and right now they're the king because they're so overbooked, and so demand is so bigger than supply. So they canceled it and notified us and told us that all our containers from December 2nd are now going to be in the ship in December 6th. So this was happening. Now this was like continuously changing every single day. So I wouldn't be surprised if it changes again, unfortunately. But when it does, I'll let you know. But at least the first ship perspective, because the ship is there, I don't think it'll change again, but I'll keep you updated. All right, next slide. So let me show you how duration calculation happens so that you can sort of expect when you be getting your units. So on the leftmost front, this is our factory in Korea. So from factory in Korea, it takes 14 days to travel by sea and arrive in US port, right? And this is in LA, Long Beach. And in Long Beach, it takes about 2 to 3 days to get the containers out and onto the truck. And once that happens, and this again includes unloading, customs, and things like that. And our team is doing a lot of due diligence ahead of time, all the paperwork, all the customs thing. They're going to clearing it way ahead, so that as soon as our turn happens at the port, we can just take it, put it on a truck, and go. right? So lots of things like that going on. So once they're on truck, it's going to be transportation over to our warehouse. And again, amount of reduction of amount on should I say, domestic transportation as much as possible is a great thing, because we strongly believe this is like the biggest risk of potential breakage of anything, right? In Korea, in our factory, we're doing like triple test of everything to make sure everything works, and packaging it so that when anything leaves from our factory, everything is perfect or it's not leaving, right? So from here, there's some trucking to our port in Busan, which is trucking, so it's potential risk. Um, then right, because now I'm sorry, but that transportation actually, because it's on pallets, it's not individual boxes that we're transporting, but we're transporting in pallets, which is very secure, and they're like stacked up together. So transportation from our factory to our port in I'm sorry, Busan port in Korea, the risk is much less. It's because it's so much more stable, because it's in pellets. And then and these are also in containers too. There's pellets, as you saw last time. Pellets were put into containers and they're stacked up and things like that. And these are very well stacked up so that they don't move. So transportation from our factory to Busan is very stable. So risk is extremely minimal, which is good. Now those containers are put onto the ship and transport over. So unless they meet, like, I don't know, a perfect storm, hopefully they don't, then it'll be safe, right? Because it's a very calm ride. So this is safe. And then from here, when it gets to US, it gets unloaded and put onto truck. And right, this transportation from our port to our warehouse, which is about an hour drive, that's also in the container, in pallets. So this is, the risk here is very minimal. And then once we get to our warehouse, this is where we unload everything, right? So we're using forklifts and everything to unload these pallets over to our warehouse. And then we're storing these as pellets, right, until the order is fulfilled. And these orders will be fulfilled in a couple of days, depending on what time the truck arrived, right? If it's morning, then it could be fulfilled the same day even. So this is happening, and this is when we take the pellet and we're unpacking the pellet, and we're taking boxes, and now we're giving these boxes to FedEx. And then FedEx will be bring these over to your homes. And this is where unfortunately the biggest risk is, because we've done some. I would just say without naming company, domestic transportation test, using these companies to test ship our product to our office here in Chicago. And these were, for example, these were like perfectly packaged, perfect boxes and things like that. And we sent them over. And when we received it, at least the box wasn't exactly the same as what it used to look like in Korea. So, that was very scary. We did this test about 3 times. And then first one was a huge mess, right? So when we first got it, the pieces were all crinkled up, holes everywhere, and if we opened up everything, right, even inside materials and things like that, was a huge mess. So we did a lot of due diligence. We found out what the problem is. We analyzed every single one. We sent it over to Korea. In Korea, they got the packaging company involved, and they did it right. They created a really strong, great packaging that you saw last time, right? So after that, we did another shipping test. It was sent over. And then we saw that, of course, there were some things outside, right? I'm told that when this goes through domestic transportation, and by the way, these tests were done only using that domestic transportation company. So this is the reason why we know that this is a risk. When we got them, we saw that there were still holes. We opened it up and then found that, thankfully, it was so much better. Of course, there can be some issues, right? Because I heard that they throw things, but our boxes, you'll see when you get them, they're very specially made, with thick exterior walls, so that when you throw it, there's cushion that prevents the items from hitting the point of contact, the ground, for example, right? And then those materials are also packaged and things like that. So packages were really well done. And then we did that, and then afterwards we sent them more notes. We sent them over, and then we made another round of tests, and it was so much better. So this is how we were making our packaging happen, right? So that we can minimize the amount of impact on this most risky part of our operations as much as possible. But I'm really hoping that the packaging that we have right now is going to help us to mitigate this part. Quite honestly, between you and me, they're charging us a lot of money to deliver these, and I'm like, you're charging us a lot of money. Don't throw the packages. Treat them like your own. Why can't you do that? We're paying you a lot for it. But obviously, they're not hearing my voice, so they do throw. But anyway, if you add this up, right, we're looking at, from Korea factory, we're looking at 14 days, 3 days, and the same day, and then 2 days, and transportation. So now this is an approximation, quote unquote, right? I'll show you this in a second, but what I'm told is that because these shipping companies, the demand is so bigger than supply, I heard that these shipping companies are speeding up the boats. So it could potentially, this 14 days could be reduced. And then, of course, at the ports, this 3 days could potentially be reduced. 2 days may be cut down into 1 day. And then transportation, the domestic transportation could be cut down based depending on where you live. So right, the time can vary, but this is a rough estimation to give you an idea of what we're looking at. If you have any questions here, please let me know. But I know there's a lot of things that I went over here, but I thought this was information that was good to let you know. Going on to the next slide. So let me show you the original plan of what it was. So we were fulfilling, initially, our plan was November 18th, 25th, 27th, 2nd, 9th, right? And with this plan, and with the three-step strategy that I showed you earlier, based on this, the 64 gigabyte model was fulfillable on the first shipment, which was 18th shipment, and then the original 128 gigabyte shipment or fulfillment was going to be completed on the November 25th shipment. And then on November 25th shipment, we're also going to have some black edition as well, about 60% of them. So we were going to be able to fulfill 60% of them on this shipment. And these shipments, according to calculations, it was really doable to fulfill by Christmas, assuming that the port issue was resolved. And now port issue is resolved, and we're like, yes, we can make this happen. Yes, not anything's possible. We're so happy, right? And that night was when I found out that there were these delays again. So I was happy for about 8 hours. But anyways, and then afterwards, we're going to start fulfilling Dragon's Lair on 27th, up to 50% of our the number of units that we need to send. So these were all possible by Christmas. Yes. And then, depending on where you live, next shipment was on December 2nd. And we were going to be able to fulfill 100%, well, at least have all the units sent from Korea that right on December 2nd to be able to hopefully, quote unquote, potentially fulfill everybody by Christmas. We're like, yes, so happy. And then 8 hours later, I heard the news. Let me show you the news. Right. And by the way, from our factory perspective, we're going to continue on with this plan. So, right, shipping is a different issue. Our factory is going to continue with our plan that you see here. So that, like, for example, if the shipping issue somehow goes away, then we can fulfill everybody. So factory is continuing as is. Now here's the shipping part. So there were a lot of delays. Again, change every day. So what happened was, let me go to the, where was that slide? Here you go. So 18th to 22nd, 25th to 26th, this one hurt a lot. November 27th shipment that was supposed to have a lot of Dragon Slayer and Black Edition got pushing off to December 2nd. That was really painful. And then getting December 2nd shipment was also canceled, was very, very painful. So the new schedule looks like this. The 64 gigabyte ones that we already completed building because Black Edition and Dragon Slayer had delayed Sana joysticks. So we had to make these first, and then we were able to ship them on the now 22nd ship, right? So this is fulfillable. And then at the same time, the other one that we were building was the original design 128 gigabytes, which is planned for now November 26th shipment, which is now 100% fulfillable. And on that ship, right, that used to be November 25th, now 26th, we'll have 60% of Black Edition quantity in that ship, which is going to be fulfillable by Christmas, which is great news. Now the big issue is Dragon Slayer, because Dragon Slayer, we just got yellow color approved. The manufacturing is right is going to be happening, but which was initially, let me have a look. It was supposed to be in the ship for November 27th ship that's leaving, but because now this is delayed to December 6th, and sorry, let me have a look at this again. On November 27th, 50% of Dragon Slayer was going to be fulfilled. And then on December 2nd, 100% of Dragon Slayer was going to be fulfilled. But now again, because this November 27th and December 2nd are both pushed out to December 6th, from 0, it's going to be like 0 to 100, basically, on December 6th. So that's where we're looking at. If we again look at this fulfillment schedule perspective, right? If we ship it out on December 6th, then let's say we're following the exact numbers here. Then from December 6th, 14 days to travel, which is going to get us to 20th, 3 days at the port, which is 23rd, and then get it over to our fulfillment center, and assuming that there's no holiday, right? Of course, everybody here, right, will be taking holidays, I assume, but let's assume that that's not there. Then 2 days is 25th, and then we fulfill on 25th. Then it's gonna, depending on where you are, right, it'll be getting to your house. And again, there could be plus and minuses here. Like, for example, ship could be faster, and I'll show you some stuff in a second. And this 3 days could be 2 days and things like that. So some of the areas, it could be possible. I don't know, but it could be possible. But some of the areas may not be. So I just wanted to let you know what's going on here. So this is what we're looking at as of today, right now. And Maersk, which is the ship company, could tell us tonight that it's delayed again. But I got my fingers crossed. I hope it doesn't happen. Unfortunately, this has been happening every day. So I'll keep you updated. Now, I'll show you one thing. Now, I wanted to give you the power to be able to track our ship. So I've seen some posts where, hey, we got this boat. our iiRcade is in that boat. And this is like random picture that you see here, right? That was really funny. But at the same time when I was looking at that, I'm like, maybe it'll be really nice to be able to actually give you the tool, the power to be able to track our ship real time on where they are. So I got the information for our first ship, which is this is a link that you see here, right? And I'll get this to you via our backer update also, so you can access it from there. But this is a link. And then if you go in here, you just select container number and put this container number in. Then it'll show you the web page that you see on the right hand side. It'll tell you exactly where the ship is, right? So I looked it up. This is real data from this morning, I think. I'm sorry, yesterday. And basically says now it's planned to depart on November 22nd, as you can see here. Blah blah blah. So you'll be able to check the ship real time. So you'll see. Okay, going to iiRcade. So iiRcade shipping prices will be locked now that we have our shipping prices. We'll get them in and we'll lock them up so that we can prepare for fulfillment. Pre-orders will, pre-orders. So we were, number one, really focused into fulfilling our products. We sort of closed down our pre-orders for a little bit, but now we're looking to reopen that probably sometime next week. So we'll look into that. All right, that was a very long update, very long update. But I hope it was informative. I hope it wasn't too boring. I don't want to sound like a teacher because I am a horrible teacher. And my wife is a teacher, and she knows that I'm a horrible teacher. But I hope it wasn't too boring. But at the same time, I really also hope that the information's there so that you're aware of exactly what's going on. And also, I want to make sure that I'm able to give you all the tools that at least I have, so that you can track all these shipments that are happening, just like I am able to. So that's good. All right. I'm going to go into Q&A. But before I do that, I have a little surprise to show you. And now this is a good surprise, right? When I saw this, I'm like, yes, this is so awesome. So with that, if you guys are ready, right? I'm gonna count to 3 and show you what it is. Let me just get a drink of water real quickly. All right, guys, ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here she is. Oops. Here she is. The final Dragon Slayer. This is the final Dragon Slayer cabinet. And if you notice, if you remember our previous one, it's different. You may not see that, but number one, the yellow color is different. This is the final yellow color that we could not find, so we have to customize, make it, right? This is what I call neon yellow. It's very neon-y. It's much darker than what you saw before. It's very neon-y. It's beautiful yellow, and it really makes the device stand out. So that's one big change. I thought this was really beautiful. Second, if you look at the control panel, previous control panel had a disconnect on the yellow lines coming in, right? It was just pictures. There was no yellow line for continuity perspective. Now we added the continuity. And by the way, this was a mistake. This was supposed to be in there. It was a mistake when we were making it. But we added that in there. Now the yellow line is continuous. So it makes the device look complete. Third is if you look at the bottom, the Dragon's Lair logo is there. That wasn't there before, but that was supposed to be there, so we added that back in. So now what you're seeing here is the complete final Dragon's Lair cabinet. And let me just bring this up a little bit so you can see it, right? There she is. That's the final Dragon's Lair cabinet. Isn't she a beauty? It was very, very hard to do. It took a long time, even after we showed you the first unit, to be able to find this yellow and things like that. Again, when we initially showed you the unit, we said that we told you that the yellow color we couldn't find yet, so we had to put in a temporary yellow. But the reason was because that yellow does not exist. It's not obtainable, so that's why we had to make it. And this is the reason why the manufacturing of Dragon's Lair cabinet is being delayed. But I think again, best thing comes to those who wait. That the ketchup guy said. So I think that really applies here. So I want to show you this. I want to show you something else. I don't know if it's really well shown, but just for the fun of it, I'll show you. Okay, you're probably only going to be seeing this once and probably not be able to see it again unless you come to our office. So let me bring the light to this side. Okay, guys, ready? Here we go. It's sort of another version of Dragon's Lair. It's got the black marquee. We tried making a black marquee Dragon's Lair, and we found out that the other one was so much better, so much better. But anyways, these are probably going to be only 2 in the world. They will have black marquee, and they'll be in our office. But anyway, the reason why I want to show you this is so that you can compare the yellow colors. The right side yellow was the one that you saw before. The left side is the final one, right? So you can see how difference it makes on the new customized yellow color that we made. It pops out so much better. It's so much more beautiful. So I wanted to show you that. Okay, let me go back. All right, there it was. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me look at some questions that you may have. I'm just going up to the top. Well, even without a gameplay today, the time goes by real quickly. I'm just setting up my lights. All right, let me go through some questions. Oh, thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. The shipping costs look good. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much again. Yeah, I've been really drilling these guys so that if we can save $1, if we can save a penny, we try to get as much down as we can. and it was hard. Fulfillment, I knew it was very hard, and right, but it really wasn't easy. uh, so thank you so much for that, everybody. Really appreciate it. Uh, let's see, going down the list. Sean, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Lucky time. Send it out tomorrow. Woohoo! Thanks for that, my friends. I appreciate it. Just FYI, we went to even a level of like trying to find out the best shipping thing of where we would ship you the units directly from Korea too. We even looked at that. And we even drilled FedEx really, really strongly to give us a huge discount. And the funny thing, we were able to get it. We got it. We got 70% discount on shipping our units directly to you from Korea. That was really hard, but we made it happen. But unfortunately, their price, and this is like on this pandemic time in Christmas, right? They're giving us 70%. So we're like, yes, that's really awesome. We made it happen. How much is it? And they said 150 bucks each. Which means, right, originally, if we were to ship without any discount, it was going to be like 1,100 bucks per piece to send it directly from Korea. $150 a piece, right? It's now sort of, quote unquote, sort of affordable if an urgent shipment is needed. It's not $1,100, but still it was too much. So we said, no, I'm sorry. It was a great try though. But we did try hard. Looked at every single way to make it happen for you. Let's see. Going down the list, looking for questions. Um, going down the list. Hey, Detroit Love is in. Woo! Thank you so much for joining, my friend. So great to see you. Going down the list, I'm looking for questions. Let's see. Yeah, I see some positive and negative comments on the shipping, and I don't blame you. But one thing that I can tell you is I'm extremely upset. I'm extremely upset. We went through that much effort, and this is between you and me, right? Of course, but we went through that much effort of fixing everything that was like almost impossible to do, just by being blocked by a shipping company or ship company, right? I don't know. I'm extremely upset. So you guys have all the right to be upset. And my sincere apologies as well. And I'm just letting you that I'm extremely upset. But at the same time, we'll try to do whatever that we can to try to fulfill as much as possible before Christmas. So we'll keep you updated on that. See, going down the list. There are not many questions. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much, Howard. I appreciate it, my friend. Never boring, we're all drinking. Thank you so much. I need some right now. Let's see. Hey, yeah. Hey, Kian, how's it going? ETA for TL, Dragon Slayer. So This is exactly as how we explained. I don't know if you missed the beginning of the session. I would recommend watching it. The information was given. Basically, um, the Dragon Slayer was much more difficult to manufacture than the other cabinets. Especially there were like lot of details that had to be done sort of customized kind of way, and there was also a parts receiving delay as well. So from a manufacturing perspective, it started later than the other two models, and initially we were going to be able to make it happen. And from manufacturing perspective, we're on schedule to manufacture for delivering by December 2nd, which is going to get us to Christmas. But now there was a delay on the ship coming from Busan to LA. So that sort of throws things off on making Dragon Slayer happen by Christmas. But I'm thinking probably it'll be shortly after that. But again, right, there's the numbers that I had were only approximations. So I'm not giving up hope. Right, like for example, the ships I'm told are traveling faster now, and port the port duration was reduced significantly, and fulfillment we're going to try to fulfill as quickly as we can. So some areas it may be possible. I think some areas it may be possible. So got my fingers crossed, and we're going to try as hard as we can to try to make it happen. So we'll keep you updated for that. We'll keep you updated on it. And again, we're trying very, very hard, and we'll try hard until the end. So thank you so much for your question. I appreciate it. See, John, let me get to your question, my friend. Question. So I'm in Indiana. Should I expect around 90 shipping for the full cab? I got the 64 gigabyte unit just to make sure that I have saved. Yes, I think so. I forgot the numbers again. I think it's more like 90 something, right? 90 something. If I remember this correctly. So if you got the full cab, so it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be like 40 something per box, and then the full cabinet has 2 boxes, and I think sorry, I'm not. My hard drive is like completely broken right now. If I remember this correctly, I think stand was somewhere like 47 or something like that, and I think bar tab was below 45, somewhere there 43 or something like that. I think although I cannot remember for sure. So it should be somewhere around there. So thanks for the question. See, going down the list. Oh, Brad, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. We'll make sure that it's worth the wait. The games are playing beautifully, that I can tell you. Let's see. Oh, Sammy, how's it going? Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate it. We'll make sure that the trim looks amazing, and trim does look amazing. It's beautiful. I wish we had this on our game in brew night. This is what I wanted to show you, but like we said, it took some time. But best thing comes to those who wait. So I think the result will show. Got a question from Mr. Retrocollect. As far as I noticed, we only have one game that's twin stick. Any progress in converting another game to twin stick? It's a fantastic question. Right now we do have one twin stick. Our team is actually going through all the games right now as we speak, and if we have any games that make sense, we'll convert them into twin stick. And again, iiRcade does have the capability. Again, depending on right, we have the capability of turning them into twin stick games, but the experience has to be good. So that also depends on how the game plays. So if there's any games that make sense, we'll do that. And also, we're continuously looking for games where we can utilize twin stick. And one thing that I can tell you is we're going to make that happen, because that's one experience that we want to bring over, and make it happen in iiRcade. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for that. Um, Going down the list. Um, Mike is like the ketchup guy. Best thing comes to those way. Funny thing. One of my friends who went to Yale. He his roommate was Mr. Heinz's son, and if you go to right, so there were four people who were living together, and I went to visit him, and then all across the wall, up at the top, um, was like whiskey, whiskey bottles and things like that, and um, there were some ketchup bottles as well. And this is where they also told me, "Hey, John, best thing comes to those weight." Ever since then on, this is like stuck in my head. um, anyway, um, going down the list, I'm looking for questions. Taking 3 shots for Daphne. Woo! Give me some of those shots, my friend. I need them. I need them today. Maybe I'll be drinking some. I don't have happy juice. I'll be drinking some liquid before I go to sleep. I need some today. Going down the list. Here's another question. Hey, Alberto, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Can we get a picture of inside the control panel? Thank you so much for the question, my friend, but I think that part is more proprietary. So unfortunately, that part I won't be able to show you. But I think if you look at our FCC report, I think there are some pictures in there that you may want to have a look. But we would prefer people not to open up the control panel for several reasons, obviously. But this is also the part that's most fragile. So this part, right? We prefer if you don't open up for the best experience possible. So thanks for that. And my window just went up. Also looking for questions. Let's see. Another question from Sammy. Since you have too many Dragon Slayer units there, can I have one loaner to my shows? We only have 3. We need to have another party. Let's see, going down the list. Let's see. Going down the list. Kian, I think there's a question here. Let me have a look at your question. How from Jung, is it going to get to people by end of the year if I put order now without knowing ETA or estimate hard to spend money right now? Thank you so much. It's a great question. It's going to be very difficult. So if you need it by end of the year, I don't think it can be guaranteed because I think similar thing is happening on our end also. With shipment and things like that, our number one priority that we have to fulfill is Kickstarter, and we have to fulfill them in order of purchases, right? So once we fulfill Kickstarter, then we move on to pre-order next. So it may be difficult. We can try. We'll certainly try, but it may be difficult. For just FYI, for those people who have already pre-ordered, we are right now already trying. And initially, before the delay of the ship, I think it would have been possible because our current plan was to get it onto the December 2nd ship, which got now delayed to December 6th. So if you pre-order now, and right now, by the way, pre-order is closed. But we'll try to reopen that back up next week. But when that happens, this year may be difficult. But even next year, we're looking at some pretty big number of shortages as well. We're seeing a lot of demand. So you'll probably be one of the first ones, hopefully, to receive them early next year if you pre-order now. But this year may be difficult. So I wanted to let you know. So thank you for that. So going down the list. I see another question. William, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. App Store progress and eventually customer service number to talk to person. Fantastic questions. App Store progress is still happening. Again, our target is to have it ready by the time you receive the units. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. So it's still happening. So we'll keep you updated on that. Customer service number, a fantastic question. That's another one that we're trying to make happen. Very frankly, until today, we were like 100% all on the shipping portion because that was a big homework. So once we are able to lock this part down, then we can move on to the next portion, which is going to be the customer service. So we'll keep you updated on that. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for the great question. Let's see, going down the list. Let's see. It's Moose, how are you, my friend? Let me get to your question. For those that pre-order on the iiRcade website, could we expect a January 2021 delivery timeframe? Thank you so much for the great question. I think I that's sort of foretold the future and answered your question. But again, we were targeting for this year actually. But the news that I got last night sort of I don't know, sort of halfway through it off. I still have hopes, but anyway, if it doesn't happen by Christmas, I think if you've already pre-ordered, then it should happen. Fingers crossed, right soon after that. So thank you so much for that. Going down the list. Your average gamer, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. By the way, I love your videos. So thank you so much for the great videos, and please continue posting a lot of great videos. Any artwork options for purchase for some of the games that are available from store down the line? Maybe. It all depends. It all depends. And I say for now, anything is possible. So thank you so much for the great question. Time will tell. Time will tell. Going down the list. See. I see another word question. John, how are you, my friend? Let me get to your question. Just want to hear this. Thank you. You're keeping famous and all hard working. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. You know, it was very hard, very, very hard. Just to be frank with you, it was very hard getting to where we are today. But also preparing the slides that I showed you today. That took 3 days to make happen. That was very, very, very hard. Not hard from work perspective. I mean, even if it takes a week, I have no problem doing it. But it hurt a lot from here because we really want to make this happen. Right? We really thought we made it happen. Like a couple days ago, and then it felt like thunderstruck on my head when we heard that the ship was delayed. So that's why it was hard, very difficult. Modifying the slides this morning was very, very hard because the slides that I prepared yesterday had completely different contents. So it was very hard emotionally uh, to be needing to change that content. It was very, very hard, but I really appreciate your understanding. I sincerely appreciate it. And we haven't given up yet because Christmas is not here yet. So we're going to try very hard and do whatever we can to right to try to, even if we can fulfill one more person, we're going to try very, very hard, and we'll keep you updated on that. So thank you so much for your understanding. I really appreciate it, and we'll do our best and try to do whatever we can to make it happen. Thanks for that. Rachel Collect, let me get to your question. I really wanted to spend some good money on lots of games, but John, get it over to us by Christmas. Many people will need to budget. Sure. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. We'll try our best. We are working very, very hard, and um, the situation in the environment. I hope it can help us a little bit more, but we'll try our best. No matter what the situation is, we'll try our best uh, to make happen as best as we can. We'll keep you updated on that. Thank you for that. Brad, let me get to your question. Getting the right product makes it worth the wait. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The chat is talking about egg games, coin ops, times Dragon Slayer. I have that version as well, but the arcade version will be the best version. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. Uh, we'll try. We will make a great product. Uh, we've worked very hard to make a great product, and my um, my goal. And by the way, again, I don't consider these other companies as competitors. I consider them as friends who are working together to make this industry better. Right? And you guys know that already. And one of the reasons why my goal is not to make a better product or better version of any product that these other guys have. I'm very happy, in fact, when these guys make great products. Very, very happy. My goal is not to create a product that's better than them. My goal is to make a product that nobody has ever seen before, that will bring completely brand new experience that will amaze and wow people. And people will say, oh my God, this is the best thing that I've seen since even before sliced bread, right? That's my goal. That's my goal. And we're going to make those happen. So and we're making this happen for you and because of you. So we are going to make sure that we give you a product that you will extremely fall in love with, and right, you'll really, really enjoy. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for the excellent question. Appreciate it. Let's see. Going down the list. Alberto, let me get to your question. Control spring, is it a 2 pound or 4 pound? Fantastic question. I do not know that answer. So what's the best way to put it? So we have two different types of joysticks. I'm not a spring expert. That's the reason why I don't know the answer. So sorry for that. But the Sanwa joystick, it's a Sanwa joystick. Right? It's just Sanwa joystick that you guys know. And the original joystick. So when I play it, Sanwa joystick is, I should say, our original joystick is firmer. Sanwa joystick is looser. That's the feel that I get when I try both of them. Unfortunately, I don't know them in terms of what kind of spring that we have and how many pounds they are. But hopefully, when you get it, you'll know better than I do. So, anyways, sorry for that, and thank you for the question. Let me get to I'm looking for another question. Looking for the word question. Oh, I see several of them. Let's see. Going down the list. Chris, how are you, my friend? Let me get to your question. Do you think Dirk deserves Stephanie? Isn't she a little out of his league? I completely agree. I completely agree. Oh my God. um, and I have a lot of thoughts going in my head right now, but I don't think I should be saying that right now. um, well, at least Dirk rescued her. So if we were living in that era and Daphne was trapped by the dragon, I am sure every single one of us will go rescue her and do a much better job than Dirk. But we're not living in the era, so I don't know. But again, I do have an answer for you in my head. But I will maybe next time we drink, I'll tell you. Let's drink together. Let's drink together. Thanks for that. Let me do. Hey, your average gamer. Let me get to your question. I think there's a question here. When will you start selling the unit through retailers like Amazon and Tachimara? That's a fantastic question. Thanks for that. We'll have to see. We'll see. What's the best way to put it? Right now, our family is first. Let me just leave it there. Our family is first from my priority perspective. And then afterwards, we'll think about retailers. But our plan is to fulfill our family as quick as possible. So hopefully retail is not too far behind. But stay tuned. It's definitely coming very, very soon. So thanks for that. Arcade Will, let me get to your question, my friend. Thanks so much for joining. So great to see you. Are there any other big game announcements before Christmas, John? Do not say maybe or anything is possible or perhaps. Man, I need to come up with something else. I hear you. Stay tuned. Best thing comes to those who wait. Thanks for that, my friend. I really appreciate it. Let's see, going down the list. Retro Collect, I think you have another question. Let me get your question. How will you feel when your customers are taking pictures and buying like crazy? You know, I'm probably gonna cry. So I've released a lot of products in my lifetime, and right, I didn't work for money, right? I don't work for money. Money comes as money follows, right? So I don't care about money, like I said, Mr. Screw Money, right? But what I do really care about is seeing people using the product that we have created and falling in love with it, and seeing their happy faces, and right, seeing them enjoying the product that we have created. That's the reason why I do this for. And especially as you guys know, iiRcade is by far the number one most important and most passionate project. And right, this iiRcade is my personal passion. Right, I'm a huge gamer. I'm a hardcore gamer. It's my personal passion. So this is by far the most important project I have ever done in my life. Right, previously, other products that I have released, when I see them using it, right, I was like, oh my god, so happy, right? One of the products that I've done in 2011, people are still using it right now, even though it was obsolete. It was made obsolete like 80 years ago. People are still using it. That kind of thing really makes me happy. iArcade, when we get these into your hands and you guys play, fall in love with it, and uh, taking pictures and buying like crazy. I'm probably gonna cry. I may faint. That'll be like the happiest moment in my life ever. So I'm really looking forward to it. Um, I have a feeling you'll be having a party and feel so relaxed. Just remember, we feel the same. Huge thanks again, my friend. Really appreciate it. Um, Definitely having a party after. I have a feeling that as soon as it happens, when it happens, it's gonna be the moment where it feels unreal, right? It feels like it'll feel like I'm hallucinating. And then once that becomes into reality, I'll be extremely happy. We'll have party. Uh, I have a feeling that so the intenseness that I have right now, the tension, right? Right. I personally think most dangerous thing that can potentially happen to a person is when the tension is released, right? One always has some kind of tension inside you, so that you're always alert, you're always ready for anything, right? And when the tension is released, that's when like people faint. um, I have a feeling that it may be that, but at the same time, there's so many things that we got to get done even afterwards. So that I think the tension will always be there. But if I lose that and if I faint, I hope somebody can come and grab me and throw some water at me and wake me up. But I really appreciate my friend. Thank you so much for that. If you don't hear me on any of these Tuesday and Fridays, and we're not on holiday, then come get me. Thank you for that. Um, Going down the list. Rachel, I think there's another question. Oh, it's a statement. Derek did a good job, John. Just look at how many kids there. I hear you, my friend. Right. He's a man. I agree. Thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate it. Um, let's see. Going down the list. Oh, I see another question. It's Moose. Let me get to your question. Will we be able to download and play a game like Angry Birds that I play on my Android phone? Thank you so much. I appreciate the question. It depends. Most likely not. And we can, um, but do we want to? I guess that's the question. Angry Birds playing in arcade environment, yeah, it may be possible. It is definitely possible, but I don't think it's going to be any fun because Angry Birds, I think it was a game that was made for phones specifically, and we're looking for right. We're looking for games that are like it's going to be amazing in the arcade environment, and our goal is to make iArcade experience the best ever. And of course, again, our device has all the technology built in, so it is able to bring many, most if not all of the games over to an arcade experience. The technology is built in, so we can. The question is again, for example, like, do we want to bring in Angry Birds, um, or like games like, for example, what is that? Town, like town building games and farming games and things like that. Um, right? If we have the right resources, money, and things like that, I think we would be looking more toward like Metrovania type of games, sports games, wrestling games, and like Retro collects that twin stick games and platform games and things like that that fit more as a arcade experience. But again, anything's possible. As I say, anything's possible. So if there's right, and we are listening to you, right? As you know, we're listening to you. So if Angry Bird is a game that you really want to see on arcade, please do let us know. And based on priorities, which priorities are basically number of like requests and things like that. The list of games, we have a really long list of games. that we received from our family. And right, we'll be looking into it based on the opportunity that we have, as well as by opportunity meaning like um, how quickly can we approach. We'll be contacting all the different game companies, and whoever, right, let's say somebody gets back to us quickly and they go, I'm interested, let's do this. Then those games will be quicker to bring over. And also we'll be contacting and to try to get these games based on how many people want them and how much you want them and so forth. So it'll be based on the priorities as well. So, but we have a lot of time, I guess, our lifetime, to bring all the fish from the ocean over to iiRcade. So we will be working on it very diligently. And if you want to see these games, please do let us know, and we will get on it. So thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. See, I think there's no more question, but there's a statement. Let me read your statement real quick. John, I mentioned the chat. Today's meeting was not a traditional weekly board meeting. It felt like an annual investor meeting. So many details, good, bad, but we're told. Thanks. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's why the title is really, really, really boring meeting. I warned you. But at least I hope that it was informative so that everybody's on the same page. That was a goal for this meeting. And I hope it was helpful. And any questions you may have, please don't hesitate to ask. And we'll be more than glad to get that to you to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Cool. I think there are a couple other questions. Brad, how are you, my friend? Can you add any games to your one-up? Trying to find out what this question means. Sorry. I'm wondering if the one-up is the one-up that I think you're saying, but let me know if I'm missing anything. My apologies. But thank you for that. Oh, thank you so much. You're average gamer, my friend. I appreciate it. Transparency is keeping through. I strongly believe we have a very strong family, and I think family needs to what's the best way to put it? Communicate and make sure everybody's in sync. And we're sticking together, and we're making one dream happen together. So make sure that we make this amazing dream happen together. We're making it happen together. And in order for us to be able to make this happen together, information sharing is most important, I believe. So you will always know what I know. So thanks for that. Oops, sorry. Oh, got it, Mike. Thank you so much. Sorry, I thought there was a question, and then because there was a question mark at the end. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think there was. I think there was one more question. Let me just get to this one question. I'm sorry. I just realized that we went over by like 110 minutes. So my sincere apologies. Last question. Hello, John. Will you have a customer service team? Thank you, sir. Absolutely. That is the goal. Actually, this is my next thing in my agenda because now the shipping thing, right? So we're almost there. Until now, it was like all about shipping, but now that it's there, next is customer service. So we'll keep you updated there. So thank you so much for that. I sincerely appreciate it. With that, my sincere apologies. I didn't know that today's meeting is going to be this long. I thought it was going to be quicker because we're not playing games today, but I went over. I think we set a record today, the longest meeting. But again, thank you so much for staying with me. I sincerely appreciate it. For those who are trying to log in through Facebook, my sincere apologies again. I don't know why we weren't able to get it onto Facebook, but I'll try to get this posted to Facebook as soon as we're done here with the session. Thank you so much for staying with us. I sincerely appreciate it. Again, any questions, please let me know. And next Tuesday, we will return to the fun. Today was information. Next Tuesday, we'll return to fun. Again, one thing I will let you know before we conclude, that we will do whatever we need to do to make sure that we can um, get there one step more, right? If we cannot get to the final goal, at least we're going to try our best, whatever we can, to at least get there one step more, and try to, right, if we can fulfill one more person, we're going to do whatever we can to make that happen before Christmas, right? So we'll try hard. And thank you so much for all waiting for us. I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you so much for all your trust. I sincerely appreciate it. You guys are my family, and we will do whatever we can to make sure that we make this happen. Thanks again. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll have a lot of fun again on Tuesday. So let's have a lot of fun together on Tuesday. Thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend. See you on Tuesday.